live in Janesville, where thousands are gathering ahead of the president's rally. And the Biden campaign makes an appearance in Madison. Why Senator Elizabeth Warren says Wisconsin is so important to winning next month's election.
This is News 3 Now at 5:30.
This is a live look at Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport. President Trump is scheduled to host one of his campaign rallies there within the hour. He's expected to arrive around 6 o'clock, then speak around 6:30. Tonight's rally comes 2 weeks after he scrapped a visit to Janesville due to his positive coronavirus diagnosis. We have team coverage tonight of the president's visit. Adam Duxter has reaction from those at the rally in Rock County just 17 days from Election Day, while Gabriela Becerra is in Madison, where U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren spoke to supporters today on behalf of Joe Biden's campaign. We're going to start with Adam Duxter, who is live in Janesville. Adams, how's it going there?
Well, there's already a few thousand people inside the Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport, and you can tell just behind us more and more are filing through ahead of the president's planned remarks at 6 o'clock tonight, and they're headed into an already standing room only crowd. Despite the cold and despite the wind, and many say they're excited about today's presidential visit, with some getting here as early as 5 in the morning to wait in line and secure a seat. Despite county health officials, health leaders, and doctors asking people to avoid this event, those we talked with today say they feel confident they won't catch coronavirus here.
Most people are being really conscientious. They're wearing their masks here today. I do think that the information we're hearing about coronavirus is definitely diverse, and so what I do like is that we have the choice to be here today, and it's a personal decision that people make to be here.
I feel fine. I try to take care of myself regardless, so it is kind of scary. You can get yourself being scared, but I don't want to hide. I want to be out. I want to enjoy life.
Thank you to Adam Duxter for that report. Heading into today, Rock County had 1,174 positive COVID cases, an all-time high. While masks and temperature checks were required to get into that event today, most inside have taken off their masks. A traffic note: if you're driving in Janesville tonight, the Rock County Sheriff's Office has closed several roads during the rally. Drivers should expect Highway 51 between Highway 11 and BR Town Line Road to be closed until around 8 o'clock tonight. Joe Biden says President Trump has failed Wisconsin with his response to the coronavirus. In a statement released this morning ahead of the president's rally, Biden said Trump has been, quote, downplaying the severity of the virus, causing Wisconsin to be in the grips of one of the country's worst outbreaks. Biden went on to say his administration will trust the science, lead by example, and help Wisconsin families and small businesses build back better than before. The Biden campaign is also in Wisconsin today, hosting drive-in, get-out-the-vote rallies in Madison and Milwaukee. Senator Elizabeth Warren headlined. Gabriela Becerra joins us now to explain why Warren says Wisconsin's vote is especially valuable this election.
Amanda, dozens of cars filled with excited voters parked across the street at Ulbrich Park. Now, attendees stayed in their cars the entire time and tuned their radios into a designated frequency where they were able to hear Senator Elizabeth Warren's message loud and clear. In fact, Warren reiterated this message multiple times today. She says Americans need to vote for Vice President Joe Biden for President of the United States and get President Donald Trump out of office. Warren says it's important now more than ever for Wisconsin to get out and vote.
Wisconsin is right at the heart of America, and making the case to Wisconsin is making the case to people all across this nation. So I think that's why the Biden team is here, and they want to make sure that everyone in Wisconsin knows how important their vote is and really understands what's on the line.
Warren was joined by Senator Tammy Baldwin and Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes, all of them speaking about issues including COVID-19, health care, and equality. Warren is now in Milwaukee and is hosting a similar event there. Coming up on News 3 Now tonight, we'll share more about what Warren has to say about the election as well as what voters want to see.
All right. Thank you so much, Gabby. New tonight, Senator Kamala Harris will return to the campaign trail on Monday. Harris is scheduled to go to Florida for the first day of in-person voting. The Democratic vice presidential nominee was potentially exposed to coronavirus on an airplane earlier this week, but Harris has tested negative multiple times. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with meteorologist Chris Reese now. You could hear it in those videos. Man, it is windy out there.
It is indeed windy. The wind has been around all day, and we're still seeing some of those gusts upwards well above 20 miles per hour. 32 mile per hour wind gusts right now in Janesville, where Adam Duxter is. In Madison, our wind gusts are around 25 miles per hour right now. Wind gusts around 36 in the Dells as well. Sustained winds are much lighter, but when you get the gusts, things are certainly windy. Our camera continues to shake in the wind out there. At least temperatures are warm. 59 right now. Winds out of the south and southwest sustained at 11. Janesville is at 63. Monroe is at 60. We even have some low 60s showing up in Black River Falls and Camp Douglas. Now, eventually showers begin to pop up. You see those starting to develop just back towards the north and west already. That's cold front. That's going to sink through as we move into the overnight hours and ultimately drop those temperatures into the 30s. But for now, we're going to see them holding steady into the 50s with a lot of cloud cover before those showers begin to move on in. Amanda?
Thank you so much, Chris. One person is in the hospital following a stabbing last night in Middleton. Police say it happened around 10 o'clock in the 2100 block of Allen Boulevard. That's near Marshall Park. One person is in custody, and police say there's no threat to the community, but anyone with additional information is asked to contact police. DHS usually updates its new coronavirus case numbers around 2 o'clock each day. Today, we're still waiting. The DHS website says it's undergoing system maintenance this weekend. They say that means some updates and graphs will not be available. Yesterday, Wisconsin reported more than 4,000 new cases in a single day for the first time. 22 more people died, while 34,000 of the state's 167,000 cases remain active. The city of Monroe says it will have no set hours for trick-or-treating this year. Police say it's due to concerns over the virus. People can still go out trick-or-treating on Halloween, but houses that don't want to take part in festivities should keep their porch lights off. More local news now. Many in-person fundraising events are on hold, but Stand Down Madison isn't letting that stop them from providing care for homeless veterans. Their name comes from a term used during the Vietnam War, meaning to give military personnel a day of relief after a mission. Today's event, normally held at the Salvation Army, took on a socially distanced spin.
We used an Amazon Smile registry to get donations. And we've also doing this drive-through locations surrounding Madison. We have at the VA hospital, WPS, the Vet Center, and the Salvation Army.
Backpacks being handed out at the drive-thrus contain blankets, face masks, and other supplies. Organizers say veteran homelessness is a big problem in Madison. You can help out and send donations on their website, standdownmadison.org. UW-Madison has revealed its plans for next week's homecoming celebrations. The virtual events will kick off on Monday and conclude with the Badgers home opener at Camp Randall on Friday night. Throughout the week, alumni can support the UW by wearing red and posting their pride on social media. UW alum and Broadway star Andre DeShields will appear in a virtual fifth quarter live stream before Friday's game. You can find details for all of those events on our website. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5:30, thousands are at risk of losing their jobs if California doesn't reopen Disneyland. Why the governor won't let it happen just yet. Stay with us.
When you pay extra for a turbocharged engine, you might feel the need to show it off. But if it comes standard, you might not. The 2020 Jetta, with a turbocharged engine and more standard torque than the 2020 Honda Civic.
Click, call, or come by your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 72 months on 2020 Jetta models.
Donald Trump is lying about Medicare and Social Security. Trump's pushing to slash Medicare benefits. He's proposed eliminating the funding source for Social Security, a plan that would drain Social Security by 2023. Joe Biden will protect Medicare, and he's proposed a plan to increase Social Security benefits. The choice is clear. Donald Trump will cut Medicare and Social Security. Joe Biden will protect them.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
How to move and play at the same time.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
Welcome back. Disney wants to reopen its theme park in California. The state's governor says it's not safe yet. Caught in between are thousands of employees facing layoffs and an uncertain future. Stephanie Alam reports.
Disneyland. It's known as the happiest place on earth. But for some people, it's more than a slogan.
My return to Disney is like my return to home. I started there as a teenager.
Designer Mark Griffin gives Disneyland that holiday magic. In 2 stints, he's worked more than a decade at the park. This month, he was told it would all be coming to an end. Disney announces that they're laying off some 28,000 employees. How did that impact you?
It's devastating. We're all worried about our livelihood. I'm worried, am I going to be able to stay in this house? Am I going to keep a roof over my kids' heads? You know, I'm 52 and I'm on food stamps for the first time in my life.
After Disney World's full reopening in July, Disneyland hoped to reopen as well. But California's summer COVID-19 spike led Governor Gavin Newsom to toughen his approach, delaying reopening indefinitely. On October 12th, he repeated his health-first approach to theme parks.
They're cities, they're small cities, and they're people from all around the world that descend, not just people that are proximate to these theme parks that come together and mix.
Earlier this month, Disney fired back. Its chief medical officer tweeted, "We absolutely reject the suggestion that reopening Disneyland is incompatible with a health-first approach. We have taken a robust, science-based approach." The longer that Disneyland stays closed, the harder the impact on the economy. And it's not just Disneyland employees. The entire region relies on the tourism that comes here because of the park.
264,000 jobs lost in the Anaheim area during COVID.
Anaheim's Chamber of Commerce launched a campaign to push back against the governor.
Let's reopen theme parks and reawaken our region.
19 state lawmakers agreed, telling Newsom of news reports that outbreaks simply aren't being traced back to these theme parks that have already reopened. But Newsom wants his own answers. He sent his health officials to inspect safety protocols at Disney World in Florida and to tour California parks.
And we wanted to show them firsthand, it's not what you're thinking. Walking through a park and seeing all the different signage, the plexiglass, the staff that they'll have there very visibly cleaning all the high-touch surfaces.
Not everyone is jumping to reopen for the sake of the economy.
It scares me.
Inez Guzman is a housekeeper at the Disneyland Hotel and one of nearly 3,000 Unite Here Local 11 service workers at the park.
I love my job.
She wants to go back, but is worried about the virus.
If I bring that home, I can lose my mom, my children. That's a deadly disease.
Mark Griffin agrees safety is priority one, followed closely by a return of the magic.
We make the magic. The thought of losing that, I'm in kind of withdrawals from that.
Is it part of your identity?
It's definitely part of my... Disney is my identity.
Disney World has reported lower attendance since reopening its park earlier this summer. Travel agents say families have been postponing winter plans to vacation at the resort due to worries about the virus. There's more on News 3 Now at 5:30. How Sun Prairie is finding fun and safe ways for families to spend time together this weekend, plus more cool temperatures for the rest of the weekend. Chris is back with your First One forecast next.
So step 1, U.S. Cellular pays you back for your unused data at the end of the month.
Okay, and step 2?
There is no step 2.
So you just pay me back for unused data?
Yes.
Okay, run me through that one more time.
Which part?
Just the whole thing part.
Got it. So step 1.
If you've forgotten what a fair deal sounds like, let us remind you. Switch to U.S. Cellular, the network ranked #1 in network quality by J.D. Power. U.S. Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
When you put money in a big bank, there it goes. But when you keep your money at Associated Bank, it gets invested close to home. It might become this family's renovation or help this little one's college fund. It could build local business or your favorite neighborhood spot. Because when you bank with Associated Bank, your money works in your community. All you have to do is make a simple choice. Send your money there or keep it here. Associated Bank. Your money works here.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
This election is about building this country back better. And that's what Joe and I will do. We'll create millions of jobs, bring back critical supply chains so the future is made in America. Build on the Affordable Care Act. Offer caregivers the dignity, the respect, and the pay they deserve. We have a chance to choose a better future for our country.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Why do we offer so many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs? Oh, yeah. All set.
Ready, Freddie?
Because we're not just engineers.
Call us when you get there, okay?
Slowly. I'm going slow. We have families, too.
Qualified lessees can lease this Trax for around $179 a month, or get over $3,700 cash allowance when you purchase.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
Welcome back. Some outdoor events are still on despite COVID. Today, this includes one seasonal Sun Parade tradition. The Business Improvement District is welcoming people to the 14th annual Fall Fun Day in downtown Sun Prairie. But some changes were made to accommodate health precautions.
No horse-drawn wagon rides this year. Instead, we'll have the horse here with the wagon, but we're going to have an accordionist in the wagon being pulled through town so people can still hear music, still see the horses, but not be sitting in a wagon next to people they don't know.
Other activities include guessing the weight of a big pumpkin in Cannery Square and shopping at the farmers market. The event is meant to promote local businesses while giving attendees a percentage off of sales. Organizers say this is especially important this year as many businesses and vendors are struggling amid the pandemic. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with Chris Reese. You could see in that video, man, a lot of beanies, a lot of gloves. Pull them out.
Yeah, that's right. We're certainly starting to enter into that time of the year where things are a little bit colder, Amanda. In fact, this is high-resolution Doppler. Over the past 18 hours, there was some accumulating snow that moved through parts of northern Wisconsin earlier today. Even some of those flurries we're seeing right here in the Madison area. Now what I'm watching is that next cold front trying to develop with showers just back towards the north and west. That'll gradually work its way into south central Wisconsin as we go through time. But the rest of this evening should absolutely be in good shape for us. It's just going to be windy. We're going to see the clouds out there. Our tower camera continues to shake, and the wind looking over towards the Capitol skyline there. 59, though, is our temperature. So oftentimes around this time of the year comes the phrase, well, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the wind. We're in that time of the year, but temperatures are working out for us at least today. Here's some of the peak wind gusts that we have seen. 37 miles per hour. Monroe had a peak wind gust at 44. 45 was the peak wind gust today in Platteville. The further south you were, the stronger the wind gusts were, and we're still pretty windy out there now. 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Madison, Janesville at 32, but we are reaching the point where those winds will begin to relax. By the way, you see this change in wind direction right up here? Winds are out of the south and west out ahead of it. Then from the north and west, that's where our front is. It's right on top of La Crosse right now. That'll continue to push towards the south and east. Good news, though, our wind advisories have been allowed to come down for the most part. Still wind advisories till 7 o'clock along the lakeshore. Wind advisories until 7 o'clock for Grant County as well. But the breeze, it sticks around. Here's the overall setup. It's a strong southwest breeze out ahead of the cold front that's developed back towards our north and west. That's still the cold front that I expect to swoop through later on tonight into tomorrow. In fact, we'll see some rain showers breaking out ahead of it. I do believe we'll be just cold enough that a flake or two may be able to mix in on the backside as everything starts to move out into tomorrow morning. The question is just if the moisture is going to be around by the time we truly get that cold air in. Then it's all about weak disturbances as we move into next week. That'll bring multiple rain chances our direction, along with a little bit of a roller coaster ride of temperatures. We're going to be in the cold for tomorrow and into your Monday. Then by the time we get you towards the middle of the week, we're actually going to see these cooler temperatures relax a little bit before another shot of cold moves in headed into next weekend. But for now, hour by hour, here's how I expect things to play out. This is midnight. The front, it's right on top of us at that point. It pushes on towards the south and east. Showers develop as temperatures drop down into the 30s. Don't be surprised if a snowflake or two tries to mix in tomorrow. Most of it's rain. The sunshine returns tomorrow afternoon, but our high will only be right around 45 degrees, 41 on Monday. That means we are spending most of Monday in the 30s, 55 by next Thursday, back into the 40s by next weekend and next week.
All right. I was trying to hold off on getting out the real winter stuff, but I had to do it. I got the gloves out.
In my opinion, you could, you know?
Yeah.
You could. You just...
we
know how real winter gets around here, but no, it's time. I turned on the heat the other night. We're here.
We're here. All right. Thank you so much, Chris. And still ahead on News 3 Now at 5:30, it's World Hypertension Day. What you need to know about the dangers of high blood pressure.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When Joe Biden wants an update on the virus, he calls on the nation's top health experts. Working together for all Americans is what Joe does. When writing his healthcare plan, Joe Biden worked with both doctors and patients to make healthcare affordable by lowering premiums, reducing drug costs, and protecting people with pre-existing conditions. Joe listened to both small business owners and workers to create his economic plan that cuts taxes for middle-class families, creates 18 million new jobs in his first term, and raises wages by as much as $15,000 a year. Joe Biden's plans will help working families immediately by making the super rich finally pay their fair share. For Joe, it's never been about ego. It's always been about the work he can do for working families. It's what he's always done. Joe Biden brings everyone to the table and gets it done.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Because talk is cheap. Let's look at what Joe Biden's done. During the last economic crisis, President Obama trusted Joe to lead the recovery and bring us back. Now he has the plan to do it again, to revive and reinvest in jobs and real help for middle-class families. He'll listen to experts to get control of the virus so we can build back even better. Joe Biden, a president to get it done. FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hey, it's Shackleford.
Did you say Shackleford?
Yeah, they replaced my old furnace with a new Carrier furnace. You know, turn to the experts.
Oh, Shackleford. They fixed my furnace with no surprises.
Did someone say Shackleford?
Shackleford. Book your fall maintenance check today.
Legendary. Legendary. Are you ready?
Right
Now, you can get $2,000 customer cash on a new 2020 Camry or new 2020 RAV4. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
Cancer doesn't stop during a pandemic. In fact, doctors warn it might only get worse. Sunday morning, we're kicking off More Than Pink Week with ways you can help women currently fighting the disease and yourself too. See you at 6:30.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
Welcome back. It's World Hypertension Day, a day to raise awareness about high blood pressure, the leading cause of heart attack and stroke. Nearly half of all adults in the U.S. have the condition. Michael George has more on why it's critical to keep blood pressure in check.
Lyman King takes his heart health seriously. The 45-year-old has been managing hypertension since his 30s.
My mom actually passed from a heart attack. My dad actually had a triple bypass. So it's on both sides of my family, but I try to stay really healthy and regular exercise.
More than 100 million adults in the U.S. are dealing with high blood pressure, according to the American Heart Association. An estimated 75% don't have it under control.
It is a disease that is, quote, silent. The point at which you develop symptoms or complications of hypertension means that it's too late.
Dr. Willie Lawrence is a cardiologist at Research Medical Center in Kansas City.
Hypertension is something that occurs more frequently in Black Americans and other Americans, more frequently in Hispanic Americans.
To manage your blood pressure, doctors say maintain a healthy weight, eat healthy, take medications as prescribed, reduce salt, and quit smoking. Patients can also take their blood pressure at home, something Lyman has been doing more often since having COVID-19. High blood pressure patients have a higher risk of complications.
I saw some increased numbers and with the same lifestyle. Now, I will say, because of my diagnosis with COVID, I think I had everything, every symptom there was with the exception of shortness of breath.
Lyman always remembers something his father said to him after his heart attack.
He said, had he medicated earlier, it would have prevented it from happening. From that point on, it just kind of sent like a jolt in me. You only get one life. That's it.
He wants others to know that living healthy and taking your medication can save your life. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
It's also recommended to be active and get at least 150 minutes of activity per week and to limit alcohol to keep your blood pressure under control. Coming up next here on CBS, one of the biggest college football games of the season so far. It's number 2, Alabama, and number 3, Georgia. And the Crimson Tide will have one of their biggest pieces back on the sideline. Head coach Nick Saban will coach Alabama tonight after testing positive for the coronavirus on Wednesday. The school says Saban had 3 negative tests over the past 24 hours. Let's take one more look, a live look at the Trump rally happening in Janesville right now. The president is set to speak in about a half an hour. Tonight, after the game, we'll have full coverage of the president's speech, including exclusive access you'll only see right here on News 3 Now. We'll also have more from Senator Elizabeth Warren's drive-in rally today in Madison. Let's take one final look at weather.
Yeah. Things are rather quiet right now, and it's warm enough right now compared to the rest of the forecast. We're at 59. Tomorrow's high is 45, 41 on Monday. Yes, that means you're spending most of Monday in the 30s. We'll do that again the following Monday, too, with the high of 40. So here we go, folks. Welcome to this time of the year.
Bundle up. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.